the residents of Element City. Air usually has their head in the clouds.
Oh, my new jacket!
Earth can be a little seedy.
Nothing weird going on here.
Just a little pruning.
Water is always getting into something.
Help!
And fire, as ordered, we run a little hot.
This shop is dream of our family. Someday it'll all be yours.
But we all live by one simple rule.
Elements cannot mix.
The pipe squished me all out of shape.
Dang.
That's better.
Oh.
So you've never left Firetown?
Sorry, buddy. Elements don't mix.
Hey!
Plus, my dad would boil you alive.
Why does anyone get to tell you what you can do in your life? Come on! Why do they even have these?
Who knows?
Watch this!
Whoa.
Ember, I see a change in you.
What, hair guy? You live here?
It's my mom's place.
We got 2 kids that are swimming around here somewhere. Orca! Follow!
I've been trying to fill my father's shoes, but I never once asked what I wanted to do.
Try this!
Dad, those are too hot.
I love hot food.
You see? He likes it.
There you go. A quick look at Elemental. Back once again, it's the NRW. It's your boy, Glenn Lawrence, and I am joined with Kuya P, who's on fire.
I'll take it.
He's our fire, man. I'm trying to be our water. And we're going to breathe some air into this review of Elemental. You know what I'm saying? So let's get your feet on the ground, on the earth, and let's go. But I tried to put all the...
I like all the segues. I like it.
All the elements, if you will, thrown in there. But Elemental, it's the story of people falling in love, starring Leah Lewis, Mamoudou Athie, directed by Sohn. Another Pixar, not classic, I would say. I gotta be real. I thought it was good. I don't know if it's on the level with some of the classics that we've seen from Pixar, but I thought it was good, solid. It tackled some different issues that I really enjoyed, and it's the story of like young love. It's kind of an immigrant story about 2 sides mixing that shouldn't really be mixing, and we get to go on this wild ride and figure out, what is love and can you love, and being from the different sides of the tracks, and how does that all fit together. So I really enjoyed it, although I will say it's not one of the Pixar classics. First impressions, Kuya P, what did you think about Elemental?
I think it's totally a classic. I'd have to slightly disagree with you there. Okay. But first off, before I get more into that, I really want to talk about, or just real quick nod to Carl's first date, which was, okay. Pixar always kind of gives you these like little shorts right before they go into their full length feature. Huge fan of Up. Another Pixar classic. Will you say Up is a classic?
I will say Up is a classic. And
one of the most heartfelt scenes ever that will, if you do not cry when they have the scenes with Carl and his wife who passes, that minute or 2 minute sequence is the most heartbreaking piece of cinema ever in animation. And so Carl's first date precedes of him now going on a date with the dog and all of that stuff. Good stuff there. Just love to see that. But yeah, I thought this was a classic, man. It's different. I think it, to your point, it's very different than some of the other Pixar films. There's not like a bevy of laughs that a lot of the other Pixar films kind of just try to go at you. There's a lot more subtext, story wise, but just brilliantly done. Pixar, having been there, not to brag, but I've been there a few times. Knowing the research that they do, everything in there makes so much sense. The elements of fire and just making glass, which is a thing that Lumen wants to do instead of running the business that the family business that they own, selling wares and stuff. She wants to do her own thing, leave the city. Just the context of mixing the elements, and then the cultural element, which really affected me as a second generation Asian American, and being in a mixed relationships, mixed marriage, like you as well. Just how it spoke on so many important things that may go over a lot of people's heads, but I think the conscious cast like ourselves are aware of it, and I think it's just so beautiful, and it's a way we can inspire and educate the youth going forward through the medium. Dope. Loved it, man. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. So I just would slightly disagree with you that I think it's a classic, but maybe an understated classic that maybe not everyone will be quick to appreciate until repeated viewing, if you will.
I think it is cool. I think it did a lot of cool things, but you just said it, right? You were like, remember Up, and you were like, remember it pulled on the heartstrings if you didn't cry. Most of the Pixar movies that are classics, they pull on those heartstrings, and I did not in this one. There wasn't a moment that had me crying.
No.
Nope.
Man, well, I don't know if your heart was cold that day.
What moment in Elemental? What moment in Elemental had you crying? I'm trying to think when.
I can't remember the most. It's been a minute since we watched it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like in Up, you immediately go to a thing that that moment where the woman is crying. Inside Out to me is a classic. You know what I mean? Like that's another one where she's like, she's losing her memories of that made her happy as like a child. Like that moment, like I can speak to those moments. Those instantly will bring up tears and make me think about it.
Okay, well then if I'm saying spoilers, when we think this character, I don't know, spoilers.
Yeah.
A certain character passes, or we think.
Yeah.
There's moments there, and then there's moments with just the father. Again, I'm a girl dad.
Okay.
There's those interactions between the daughter and the father that fuck me up. I ain't gonna lie.
I get you. Okay,
so I can pinpoint those situations. Yeah.
Okay, see, all right. Well, that is I think where our differences lie on this. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with those differences. As a matter of fact, as we have seen in this film, that's where the greatest collaborations come from, those differences. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's like definitely some very cool points in this film, like when they had to figure out the flame, like the love flame. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, how is water going to create the flame? And then they do it in a very creative way. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it. They do it in a very creative way. And I'm just like, oh, like that is dope. That's what it is. It's finding out that this person has this inner ability that you didn't know about. Because at that moment, Ember didn't even know that he had that ability or whatever. And it's just like kind of a, those little things are what make me say, like, you know what, Kuya P, maybe you're a little bit right. Maybe it is kind of a classic. But I mean, there's just so many cool things in this film in terms of how the elements are interacting with their environment and the cool things that they can do. How like Ember can create glass, and how Wade Ripple can, manipulate water and all these different things. The one thing that I did wish I would have saw is how the other elements interacted, how Earth,
that is true,
as well as air interacted. You get a little bit of air, you get a little bit of Earth, but you don't get them that much. Maybe there will be an Elemental sequel. But shout out to your homeboy Ronnie del Carmen, who
thank you,
was voice acting in this. Voice acting. I really enjoyed the film. You know what I thought it lacked, and this is not a slight. Usually these Pixar films, I feel like they'll have a very like over, not over the top, but a very performer-y type performer, like a big name be like the two love interests or whatever.
Oh, you know what?
Or get like someone who has like a big personality to be one of those. And I think that is probably where I'm like, holding back a little bit. Because I think while the voice actors did a great job, I don't think we had any big personalities in this film. And I think that is what it was missing from the normal Pixar fare.
I would agree with that. Yeah, like I didn't know any of the cast until I was like, oh shit, somebody I know, but everybody
right.
else, the leads, who are these people? But for me, while I agree with you, it made me like curious now about Leah Lewis and Mamoudou Athie, like to get such a high profile gig and not be such big name cats. I now want to dive into more of their material because I think they did an excellent job. And so now I'm curious to just kind of check out more of their work. But I think that can, to your point, be a positive, but also a hindrance in certain ways. Because then sometimes you expect like a Jack Black or whatever. And then if he isn't like the Jack Black you know and love, and he does like Jim Carrey back in the day when he used to be like in Living Color comedy guy, and then he did like drama shit, and you're like, that ain't Jim Carrey type stuff. What is this I'm watching? You know what I'm saying? So it could be helpful and also sometimes negative. But completely agree with that. But one thing I wanted to add real quick, Glenn, that was a standout thing that's kind of weird in context of just this film. I've been to Disney World quite a bit, Disneyland. I'm sure you've gone. Have you gone?
I've been to Universal Studios, not Disney.
Oh wow!
Holler at your boy Disney. Next time,
we're gonna have to take the whole family together.
Yeah,
you and your kid, my kids, and let's all go enjoy Disney. What this film? The reason I bring it up is they're a theme park. You know what I'm saying? And properties like to pull stuff and create rides and everything. There's this chase sequence that happens. If you remember, I'm like, that's gotta be a ride, bro.
Right.
Because you can instantly do like water splashing at you. You can throw wind machines in it. Yeah, like make that a ride going through Element City. Make that like a cool ride at Disney. I'm all in. It just became a thought. Because I can just see them creating that into a theme ride.
Throw some dirt in your face.
Element City at Disney.
Throw some dirt in your face while you're coming down the road.
Exactly. Why not? Just like I hate to say it, but even Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny that's coming out, that everybody go check it out. Great film. Check out my reaction.
Oh, you liked it.
That.
Interesting. Huh? You liked it. Interesting.
Oh, I totally loved it, man. Okay. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, and they did an amazing job. But there's a sequence in there too that I think they've got to build a new Indiana Jones ride, because there's like a whole chase scene like that has to be a ride. So same thing hit me with Elemental, and I just wanted to point that out. So I wouldn't be surprised marketing wise. We all know marketing.
Yeah,
we'll be getting an Elemental ride soon at Disney and going through Element City, because why not?
The one thing I will say, I enjoyed this movie. It was cool. But I would be more excited for like a sequel where they do a little bit more in terms of story as well, because I feel like the story too was a little bit kind of muted. It was like the stakes didn't seem super high. Like they were kind of high, but it was like a kind of an existential threat. It wasn't, it wasn't like a like, I don't know. They weren't like running, trying to like solve like an issue or, like the family interactions. It wasn't, I don't know. There just was an element of, I guess, danger and intrigue that I think was missing, that I think would be rectified in a second move. Like all the characters, all the animation, even the love story, all of that. I would like to see. I think the thing that I'm saying is I would have liked to see more of this world. I think that's the only thing that I have issue with Elemental. I want more of the elements, dude.
I agree. I completely agree. I think that's a positive, though.
Yeah.
To dive in more. I completely agree with Love, a part two. In regards to when you were talking, I definitely think, like, in regards to the cultural elements and differences and then coming together, they kind of walked a finer line and didn't stray too much into that, because then they would have been like, oh, you're outright talking about race and all of that. So they really was very fine-tuned with it. But I would have appreciated them digging more into that to help with that. But
I definitely love them speaking on
maybe
it.
in a part two.
I like them speaking on it though. Like that's one thing I haven't mentioned, but it is like it was cool to see that, like, the obligations that you have to your immigrant parents who like sacrifice so much for you and all this type of thing, which is something that I have not experienced, but I know and have a lot of friends who have experienced that. And it was cool to see it in like this format, because I don't know if we've seen that before. And things that you don't understand, like, it's hard to understand like familial obligations, and it's like, dude, it's the weight of like, my parents sacrificed everything for me. I gotta, like, I can't just tell them no. You know what I mean? It's a kind of a weird or different thing. But all in all, very solid film. I'm very happy that it's made. I want a sequel. I just want to see more. That's all. Like, even with the actors, like, I feel like like I said, there wasn't that over the top like character or personality. Like, do more, be more of yourself. Mamoudou Athie. Be more yourself, Leah Lewis. Like more Ronnie del Carmen. You know what I'm saying? Be more in the sequel. That's what we want to see, because we really like this. We thought it was amazing, and we just want give us more of the elements.
I agree, Glenn. Completely agree. I think we should leave it right there, and hopefully get us a ride to Element City at Disney very soon, because I'm ready to go on that ride, y'all.
Holler, Disney. Holler,
Let's
Pixar,
make it happen. All right, Glenn, if they want to level up with you, how can they reach out to you, brother?
Check me out at levelupcomedy.com. Glenn Levels Up on Twitter. Glenn Lawrence Comedy on Facebook and IG.
There you go. Glenn Lawrence is a force of nature, y'all. Hit him up. Level up. And with me, it's the legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, and of course here with Glenn and the whole squad at the NRW and at Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Those are our thoughts, our vibes, our feelings on Elemental, y'all. Let us know if you're down with us in the comments below, y'all. Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy Kuya P, and of course Heather. We just got out of, you see right behind us, Elemental press screening for Elemental, and we are dropping our immediate thoughts. Heather, what do you think?
It was cute, a little long for like most Pixar movies, but it was very, very cute, very, very sweet. Lots of emotions. Your heart. Be prepared with your heart places.
Yes, definitely be ready for your heart places to go different places. Even starting off the jump, if you remember, Pixar gives us the little shorts right beforehand. We have Carl's date from Up, starting it off, and it hits you in the feels, and then it takes you in through more of the feels. If a Pixar doesn't hit you in the feels, you're dead inside. You're literally dead inside.
You're a literal monster, an actual monster, but not like the good ones for Monsters Inc.
But highly, highly recommend. We'll get more with our review on the channel. I'll be talking on WTOP, but yes, I laughed, I cried, and I just felt all the emotions. So inspiring. Great film.
Yep.
All right, we out. Heather, Kuya P, check out NRW.
I'm the itty bitty one.
What's going on, y'all? NRW crew here, Kuya P. Y'all get in the there we go. That's what we're looking at. We looked at Elemental tonight. Heather, she's over here by the fire. This is perfect for her. Yeah, Elemental. Coming right at you, press screen for Elemental. It was man, it was good. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of elements. Yeah.
Lots of elements. It was kind of sciencey. I don't know. Kind of science.
Yeah. It was there was fire, there was water, there was earth, there was air, and there was the fifth element, love.
Another Pixar classic, y'all. Check it out.
There we go. Boop. And then sideways. We got your camera going all type of ways. Elemental will have you feeling all type of ways. Go check it out. It's coming out soon.
We out in our dub. There you go. Hey, Elemental in the house.
Yeah, we just got out of Elemental. We are so excited to talk about it. Make sure to check out the NRW, where we will give our full review. But we can say that our hearts might be giving and feeling things right now.
Like Wade.
A lot of tears.
Yeah.
Like this character right here, Wade. He's trying to peep in that's so dope. Like, I'm trying to get up in here too. Check out my movie, Elemental, y'all.
Yeah, it's out June 16th. Sorry, I almost said July. June 16th. Check it out and make sure you check out our review.
It's a lovely movie.
Lovely.